know how these technical things are. But anyway, it's really, really heartening to see that we have almost 25 people who have joined. And I personally have really been looking forward to this evening. So it's my honor and my pleasure to have the task to welcome Sister Marianne, who's joining us. You can see her sweet smiley face. She's turned on her video. And before I ask Marianne to begin her presentation on this very, very pertinent topic, I just want to share a little bit of Marianne's introduction with all of you. So Sister Marianne is from Costa Rica. She's from our BK Center in Costa Rica, and she's been practicing meditation and with the BKs for about 25 years now. And she's actually the coordinator of the Brahmakumari services in Costa Rica as well as Nicaragua. And in addition, Sister Marianne's a psychologist. And so we're very fortunate to be able to get a blend of the spiritual input as well as the professional input all in one. And Sister Marianne actually works supporting UN staff as a stress counselor. And she's also familiar in working in other areas such as trauma, anxiety, domestic violence, and abuse. And I'm sure all of you are quite attracted to this evening's topic. We all want to know how to approach uncertainty in a more stable way. And so who better than Sister Marianne to guide us through that process? Warm welcome to you, Marianne, and I'm handing over to you now. Please feel free and take us away.
Thank you, Devindri, and I'm so happy to be with all of you. Here is the morning, but I was looking forward to really be with all of you. So I feel very fortunate too. And I want you to give yourself time. I don't know where are you now, but it would be nice if you you prepare for this time that we are going to have together, for you to really experience how to keep yourself protected and to give yourself a space where you can practice what we are going to do. So it's very good if you have a pen and paper, because the idea is that during this time you will experience how to deal with the emotions that are caused by the uncertainty. And I know that Devindri will help me with the English in case you don't understand something I say. It's okay. Or you can write in the chat, please. We are family, so if you feel like you don't understand something, please let me know. Okay. So we are going to address this topic: spiritual tips for dealing with the stress of the uncertainty. So I want first for you to think, and for us to reflect about this. What is well-being? What is well-being? What comes to your mind when you say well-being first? Because it's not necessarily being healthy, free from disease, but it's a state that involves many facets of our being. Health is an objective perception of our physical functioning. Well-being is more subjective. It's about how I feel. Because in these times, there are people that maybe they are sick, but they feel well. They still, they have motivation in life. They feel, with capacity to love, to be with others. But there are sometimes people maybe here that they are not sick. You probably are okay physically, but you are not feeling well. And you are not motivated, or sometimes you feel tired. So it is very important to understand all the aspects of the well-being. Because, you know, in this society that is very materialistic, they sell the well-being. And I don't know how it's in South Africa, but here in Costa Rica, there are very expensive retreats because we have mountains and we have the sea. So they have, for tourism, they do these retreats for well-being, addressing that as something that you can buy, something that you can experience like a weekend because you are with the nature. But what happened in the day-to-day life? What happened when you are at work? What happened when you have to deal with the traffic or in your home? So that's what I want to talk, is when you live your day-to-day life, how you keep your well-being. Because the sense of well-being is derived from the interaction between different dimensions. For example, maybe you are very good in in your food, in your habits of eating, and you eat well at your time. Maybe you rest well, and that is one dimension, the physical dimension. Or maybe you are not well in that dimension, you are not doing exercise, you are not eating well, you know. But there are other dimensions. The other dimensions are your emotions, how happy you are, how motivated you are, how peaceful you are. Or dimension is your mind, your capacity of concentration, to be clear in your decisions making, you know. So and your relationships, are you able to feel that you belong, that you are able to express what you want, or you, instead of that, you feel rejected, or you don't feel well in the relationships? So you see, there are so many different dimensions that are part of our well-being. And another aspect is that the well-being is dynamic and constantly changing in every area of our performance, every moment, every day. Because, and this is very important, because imagine that you still will eat the same thing that you were eating when you were a baby. What will happen if you're still eating the same thing? Is not going to make you any good, no? Because that thing, what good, the milk of your mother, was good when you were baby. And so, you know, every time, every day, my well-being is what I need to be well is different. What I need, for example, the hours for to sleep, for resting, it change is different when I'm 20 and when I'm 60. You know, my needs change. So what I need to assess what I need for being well. Okay? So this is very important, because now, after we understand this aspect of well-being, that's what we want. We want to keep our stage of well-being. But we are going to start understanding our stage now, or inner stage now. And I want you to observe yourself, and without judging, just observing yourself with kindness. How do you feel now? How do you feel? From 0 to 10, what is your level of well-being? Taking in account all what I already said, what would be the qualification of your well-being? 0 is absolutely low. I'm not well at all. And it's okay. It's no problem if it's like that. You don't need to feel bad about that. Maybe it's 0. And 10 is absolutely high. I'm completely well in all the areas of my life. So you can measure, how do you feel is your level of well-being? Okay, I have received something in the chat, and thank you for being so honest. Because sometimes we always want to say, oh, I'm well, but sometimes I'm not very, very well. And it's okay. It's no problem. That's why we are here. Okay. I'm reading. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So when you are not feeling okay, sometimes happens, no? What do you do to feel good again? Because, for example, maybe I'm very stressed, when I'm feeling a lot of stress or anxiety, or I'm tired, or I don't know, sometimes I feel whatever, you know. What do you do normally or to feel good again? Observe yourself. What do you do? Or maybe that day you had a little conflict in your home, so you don't feel very well. So what do you do for you to feel good again? Okay, rest or sleep. That's one thing that we do. What else? What else we do? Observe yourself. We all try to do something. Play with my dog and nephew. That's true. That really helps when you are very stressful. Sit quietly and meditate. Okay. Eat something nice. Think, oh, that's nice that you can sing. Exercise, change the scene. Oh yeah, that's very good. Go for a walk. Well, here sometimes it's raining a lot, but it really helps when you do some exercise, no? Take some time of self-care, recognize the reason why I'm not feeling good, accept and be kind of myself. Well, that's very good that you take time for that, no? Because sometimes we don't take time. We are not feeling well, and I try to keep moving on without taking enough time to, okay, do something for myself, no? Listen music, okay, eating something nice, sweet or salty, okay. Teachings, go to read something that reminds myself who am I, work in my garden, visit to the doctor, pray, play music, massage. Great, great. Many of you listen music. Long drive, that helps too. Okay, we are taking all these tips. Thank you for sharing. All those tips are very good. Those are very good. Okay. You know, we really try to be well. I know that we do. But there are some times that even with all of that, we don't feel well, and it's okay. You know, it's not going to last forever, and it's okay to have bad days. Because, you know, here, I know that in South Africa it's happening too. We are facing different situations at different level, personal, economic, with friends, with family, with our neighbors. So different things happened, and we try so hard to feel strong, that we keep doing it, that we will do our work, that we will help the family, but sometimes we feel bad, and it's normal. It's okay. But now we are going to do some things that are going to help us to, again, to recover our well-being. Okay? So, what are the signs that I'm not okay? Sometimes it's disorganization and hopelessness. We feel that we do a lot, but we feel that we are not doing enough. Or tiredness, and that tiredness, you know, is not even that we have been doing a lot of physical things, but it's a feeling of tiredness, like we sleep and we still feel that it's not enough. Forgetfulness, so even some very trivial things that we have to remember, we forget. Anguish, racing, continuous and excessive thinking. We cannot stop. Lack of concentration. And so, for example, if you have to read something for work or for your studies or for whatever, you have to start to read many times because you cannot concentrate. Dullness and feeling of disconnected of reality that happen when there is anxiety. Like sometimes you feel you are not you, like that's normal. It's caused by anxiety, but it's like I'm not connected really with what I'm living. Stress, insomnia, or sometimes I cannot sleep, or sometimes I sleep a lot. So all of that are the signs that I'm not doing well. Fear of particular person, yes. Even to read an email or WhatsApp, if it's that person, I already feel nervous. So all of that are signs that I'm not okay. Okay, and maybe much more of that. But how my mind works when I'm in that stage, you know, it's very interesting that the mind start to in Spanish we call, like, it start to think as an a tunnel, you know, like you feel like there is no everything is black. I don't see opportunities. I just feel that everything's bad, you know, that kind of a stage of mind is a result of a crisis. You know, it's very normal that you feel that there are no options when you are facing with a cancer diagnosis, or someone close to you is very sick, or you have lost your job, or, you know, different situations. So mind gets stuck in that hole, you know. So now what we are going to do is to practice 2 tips that help a lot to go out from that stage. Okay? So first, to do this exercise, we will understand that the mind does not understand no. For example, if I tell you, don't think in a cat, don't think in a beautiful cat, don't think about that cat, what happened? We think about the cat. So this is important to understand, because if I tell to my mind, don't think about that problem, don't think about that person, no, please, mind, don't think about that situation that is in the past, what is going to happen? The mind is going to think about that. So instead of doing that, we need to visualize what we want to feel. What is the solution that I want? So, for example, if I don't want to think about a situation of the past, I have to ask to myself, so if I don't want to think about that, what I want to think? Maybe I want to think in my present, in what I have attained now, you know? I have to do it in a different way. So we are going to learn how to do it in a very easy way, okay? So you will need pen and paper, and we are going to connect with ourselves. First, with the feelings of our body. So we are going to breathe deeply. We are going to hold and exhale. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale. And now, identify a situation that is disturbing you. Could be big, small. But try to identify a situation that it's disturbing you. And we are going to do this exercise little by little. First, how that situation makes you feel. And this is very important. Feel, not what you think about the situation, but how that situation makes you feel. And we are going to write the first thing that comes to my mind without analyzing too much. How I'm feeling about that situation. Take your time. And what do you do in that situation? Without judging myself, I'm just observing what I do in that situation. I will write the first thing that comes to my mind. What I do in that situation. And try not to block whatever is coming to you. It's okay. Try to allow that to come. Okay? Now, how would you like that situation to be resolved? And in that, it's not problem if I use my imagination, because it's going always to be a voice that is going to say, no, that it's not possible. Not, it's not going to happen. So in this exercise, it's okay if I imagine whatever I would like, even if it's like kind of imagination, but allow yourself to imagine, how would you like that situation to be resolved? And you will write whatever comes to your mind. Very good. Really, if you want to take a picture of this process, it's okay, because we have to move on. But if you need more time to give yourself more time to think, you can take that time later too. And what can you do differently, or how can you act to get the result you want without judging you? But for example, if you have observed that maybe the way you act in that situation is not the best, so what can you do differently? And just write the first thing that comes to your mind. What can you do different? Or how can you act to get the result you want? Even if it's difficult, but just try to think. And once you realize what can you do differently, what inner qualities would you need for that? What inner qualities would you need for that? For example, I can think in maybe I need forgiveness. And that's a big thing, no? So what little step, because that is big. So what small step can you take today, for example? So maybe if it's forgiveness, maybe I can just try to send peace to that. So at least I will not forgive right now. It's a whole process of healing, but some little step I can do. So from your reflection, you can say something that you can identify, something that you can do that is possible for you. Okay. I wish to have you all of you in front of me. I have to guess, how are you doing? I try to be telepathic, but I would like you to be okay after this, no? But at least this exercise is to give you perspective. You know, is to allow your mind to see different possibilities. Yes. So I do this um, when I'm facing some emotions or crisis or situations. Is the first step. You know, it's to broaden the mind. Yeah. So for some, the two last steps are challenging. For some, is the first steps are challenging too, because, you know, to identify how I feel not always is easy, because we, for example, we maybe feel that we are not okay, but what are really feeling? What is the feelings that are keeping myself in that stage? So all of that takes some time. So you're very brave to do it. So thank you. Because after, thank you for the ones who are sharing with all of this. So after doing this, we are going to do a second exercise, especially when you are facing things that you are not expecting, are not under your control, makes you anxious or stressful, or, you know, these kind of feelings that sometimes you feel. For example, right now I'm with someone who her husband is in the hospital because of this COVID, and so all of that creates uncertainty. So this second exercise is for when you are in that stage, a very bad stage, like a lot of fear. And something that it's very interesting to know is that when you are experiencing fear, that emotion, I will explain this for you too. Okay. That emotion, it's called a primary emotion, fear. You know, secondary emotion, it's, for example, anger. But when you are facing fear, fear connects with your autonomous nervous system. And that means that it's your palpitation, your breathing, your muscles. And so it's going to affect your body immediately. Adrenaline is going to start being created without your control. That happened with anxiety. And so your stage, not only a stage of your mind, but the stage of your body is going to change. And it's normal. But it's going to last, that change in your body, at least half an hour. That's the time that the adrenaline it's activated because of a situation of fear or some experience or of crisis, anxiety crisis. So what we are going to do now is, after you pass through that crisis or that stressful moment, you do this exercise. So half an hour later, because if you do it in the middle of the situation, it's not going to work, because your adrenaline is keeping your breathing like that and your palpitations fast. And that is going to be there at least half an hour. And so even if it's a very uncomfortable feeling, it's going to pass. Yes? But if you try to control that, it's going to give you more anxiety because you cannot, because your body is already activated. So you have to give your body time. You have to give the proper time. Okay? So this next exercise is very useful. Is the experience of an inner safe space. And we are going to do something kinesthetic to understand more, okay? And for that, you have to stand up. Wherever you are, try to stand up, okay? Because we are going to teach your brain this, how to get there easily, okay? So try to do what is shown in the picture. You raise one arm and the leg, you will put it like that without taking any support, okay? Okay, now to the other side. The other arm and the other leg. Try to be in balance, okay? Without any support. Okay, it was easy. You don't fall down or fell down? Because now, if you like challenges, this is the challenge. I will explain before you do. You put your hands in your wrist and you will close your eyes. You will close your eyes and you will do circles with one leg, okay? Without any support. So you close your eyes and you try to make circles with your leg. Okay, try with the other leg. Try with the other side, with your eyes closed. What happened? What is easier? With your eyes open or with your eyes closed? What do you think? Okay, with your eyes open, with your eyes open. And so why? Why is easier with your eyes open? Also depends on which side, that's true. Balance, okay, balance. And why it's easier to have balance when you have your eyes open? You want to see a demonstration? No, you have to do it. You have to do it yourself. Okay, because you feel more secure, because we can concentrate on a point. Is very interesting, all of that, because you know, all our reference for balance and for security is outside of us. So when we have our eyes open, we feel, we unconsciously take one point of support. But when we don't have any support, and when we have to close our eyes, is a metaphor of when there are things that I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know, I don't have any more support, external support, the regular external support I used to have. Many things are changing. So I am like that with my eyes closed. So what I have to do in that situation in order to keep my balance in this last exercise? You know, I have to find an inner point of security, an inner safe space, because outside there is no safety. Outside there is violence, situations, there is no security. So I need to find an inner safe space. And how to do that? That's, yes, from external, we are going to the internal. So how to do it? We are going to do it easily, okay? So you can sit comfortable. And I want you to think of an image or sound or word or place that generates a lot of tranquility and peace to you. So bring an image or sound or word or a place that generates a lot of tranquility and peace. Bring that to your mind. Choose one thing. And when you have that in your mind, feel that tranquility. Imagine that image or place or sound is in the house of your body. Inside your body, in a private, safe place where nothing can harm you. Visualize that space that is comfortable. No one can enter that place. It's absolutely private. I can be free to be myself completely. In that inner safe space, I'm protected. I don't need to defend myself there, because here there are no words, there are no people, no one is here, just me in peace, in silence. I don't need to think. I don't need to bring solutions to anything. I'm just peaceful, protected. Try to visualize that space as an inner point of support. You feel like you are free, you are eternal, you are light, you are a soul. Try to feel that. You are beyond death. You are energy. You are free. You're protected. Maybe you can experience there like you are in the eye of the hurricane. Because in the eye of the hurricane, there is a stillness, complete stillness, calmness, silence. There you feel the rays of the sun that comes to your head, relaxing your head, your shoulders. You feel that those rays like the embrace of pure love of the Supreme Being that comforts and soothes you. There you can regain your serenity. Maybe outside there is a hurricane, but right now I will let go the idea of control that, and I will come back to the eye of the hurricane. And here we'll go to a deep and healing silence. I don't need to think too much right now. I will try to experience this dimension where there is no communication, a total silence. There is no perception of time. And beyond time, experiencing like I'm just an essence beyond all the ego, just like a seed. I'm just a seed of light. Absolute purity. Beyond rejection, where I'm innocent, pure. Here there are no changes. There is constant peace. And I am embraced by the energy of God. Absolutely peaceful. So now we're going to come back, bringing that experience to you. And I want you to see how you feel, how your body feels, how your mind feels. And from 0 to 10, how much you could experience yourself in that stage of relaxation, peace, connection, you know? This is the second step that I do. You see, I will I bring to my mind an experience of a tranquility. I visualize that it's inside myself, in the body, and there is a safe space, and I could use an image. For example, right now I use the image of the eye of the hurricane, but maybe you can use another one. And then to bring myself to a deep silence. Because there is really healing. It's like your mind, your emotions, your body come back to, I will say, a delta waves. It's like a deep rest. And that rest helps all yourself. It's a really close connection with the source of energy that gives you kind of a new strength. Yes. And so I wanted to finish giving you something for every day because we need to practice to doing regularly because this is not magic. There is magic inside, but if you don't do your pause for peace every day, you go back to your inner safe space, the soul, and you recharge with the supreme and pure energy of love, because love heals. If you don't go back there, you will not change. So at least pause for peace. Yes? And you, sometimes we have to force ourselves to stop, to say, pause, you need that time. But then after a while, it becomes a good habit, a style of living. And I wanted to finish with this phrase that I love, like, never fear the shadows. They are only the indication that somewhere nearby there is a shining light. So, Om Shanti. Om Shanti means peace. So we have to remind ourselves to that. And we have few minutes. So if you want to share something, if you want to ask a question or to make a comment, you're most welcome to do it in this moment. Okay? And thank you for everyone that shared in the chat. I have been reading all of that. Yes, that was the idea, to be practical. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we meet online. This is the opportunity, to meet. Even if we are far, we are close in this virtual world. Okay, thank you. You missed the quote. Okay, I will share the quote. I love that quote. Never fear the shadows. They are only the indication that somewhere nearby there is a shining light. So not give up. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you to all. And Devindri, thank you for the invitation. It was beautiful to share with all of you.
Thanks so much, Sister Marianne. It was really such an incredible hour that we spent with you. Would you like to close with a short guided meditation?
Okay, so I will put back the, why I cannot do that. Okay. I want to put back the first light. Just a second. So, oh, it doesn't want it. Okay. So I want you to observe yourself, connect with yourself, go back to that inner safe space. And I will bring the virtue that I need, that I know I need right now to act differently in the situations that are disturbing me right now. So I will bring that virtue. I will visualize that virtue is a gift from God, from the Supreme Being. How that virtue is going to be expressed through me. And I will visualize that I have that virtue in me. I don't need to develop that virtue. It's already in me. I have it. I will affirm that I have it. And I will visualize myself acting from that virtue with determination, with courage, because I can. I feel stronger. I feel better. I will just give a small step. I will change a little bit and maybe let go certain patterns from the past. From now onwards, I will care about myself. And I will give me enough time for my well-being. It's my right. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and thank you once again. Hopefully one day we'll be able to invite you to come visit us physically in South Africa.
You and you all to Costa Rica too.
Well, you spoke about the mountains and the ocean there, so it sounds very tempting.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But you are more beautiful. So all the best.
Thank you, Sister Marianne.
Thank you.